So if you watched the video about my geniculata being in stuck mold and me trying to get her out of it, I know that was not the right thing to do, and I did mention that I will never ever do something like that. But I just had no choice, because if I left her, she would have just been stuck in the mold as well, and just 100% chance of dying. And helping her out, well, it kind of increases the chance, maybe like 2% or something. But I mean, it's still better than 100% zero hope. However, unfortunately, as I expected, she did pass away after close to 2 weeks, in fact. And you guys know, she molted out deformed. Her legs were all long and just very like octopusy, and unfortunately she was not able to stand up. And in that molt, I think she was stuck mainly because she molted out deformed. As you can see, this foot over here, it's all bent, and just look at this. Even the front pedipalps and all, they're too long for her to even be able to stand up properly. So unfortunately, she did pass away. And yeah, look at that. Unfortunately, as you can see, her fangs actually already started to harden up. Usually when tarantulas freshly molt, their fangs are kind of translucent, but this one has already like almost fully, you can see it's very dark. When it's fully healed up and hardened up, it would be full black. But this one is somewhat like a dark brown. Maggots have already started to eat out the tarantula. Those are mites. And one more thing that I noticed that was weird about this molt, bring you to her enclosure. If you guys are familiar with tarantulas, you will know that when tarantulas molt, they will lay a wet mat for them to lie down on to molt. But this girl, she didn't. She pretty much molted. I mean, I did move this. This is not a wet mat, by the way. This is just her random webbing. But she did not lay any wet mat whatsoever. She just molted on plain substrate. She did not even fully flip over. And she was at the corner over here, which was kind of, I don't know, narrow. She could have molted over here, which what she usually did. She usually molted over here in the big area, and she would lay a thick wet mat, and then she would be on the mat, flip over, have a successful molt. But unfortunately, this round she decided to do it inside and just, well, not lay a wet mat and not even fully upside down molt. She was kind of sideways for some reason. And I also did notice that before she molted, she was already pretty weak. So I'm assuming her weakness have some role in her being in stuck molt. Now that weakness is quite a common thing in adult tarantulas, especially females when they're big. I don't know, they just feel kind of like there's no mood to do anything. Even when it's time to eat, this girl was not as excited as how a geniculata is supposed to feel. So the past couple of weeks before she molted, I already sensed something is wrong. But tarantulas, you cannot bring them to the vet. You can't do anything but to just fingers crossed and hope for the best. Which in this case, no, I wouldn't say it's the best outcome, because unfortunately she passed away. And as you can see, this foot over here is super long, and this one was partially stuck in the molt. It's so short. What causes a tarantula's limbs to be weird after a molt? I have no idea. But as you can see, unfortunately, she's gone. And yeah, you can see this foot over here is curled up. I mean, now it's not. Look at this one. This one's all curled up. And this being curled up, it's not going to allow the tarantula to kind of stand properly, because it's crippled. So yeah. And also, if you touch this leg, I mean, you guys can't touch, but I'll tell you, it's actually soft. You see, I can bend the foot, no issues. But this one, she molted out very hard and deformed, this curled one. So you see, this one we can bend. You see, she has a joint over here. This one, the joint is supposed to be there. over here, but it doesn't really, it's very, very solid. It doesn't really bend, so that will kind of not allow the tarantula to stand up and just, you know, yeah, if they can't stand up, they can't eat, they can't move, they're pretty much just gone, just motionless, and you can't do anything. So like I mentioned, I would never ever, and I do not recommend anyone to ever 100 times touch a tarantula or even move their enclosure. If you've watched like my old videos seeing tarantulas molting, I even emphasize do not even move an enclosure when a tarantula is molting, because that's their most vulnerable stage. And even moving the enclosure, you can cause stress, which can result in a stuck molt. However, this girl, I never touched her. I mean, before the molting and during the molting, I never touched her. I didn't even know that she was in pre-molt. I didn't, because like I mentioned in the previous video, she did not have any signs of pre-molt. She ate, like even a couple days before the molt, she ate, because usually tarantulas, especially adults, before molt, they will fast. Some can even fast for months. But this girl, a few days before the molt, she just ate like a champ. I mean, not a champ in a way that janiculadas eat, because these guys are a very, very hungry species. But she took the worm, no issues. Just not as exciting as these guys are usually. So yeah, when I saw her, she was pretty much already stuck in the mold and was almost hardened up already. So I tried my best to gently get her out of that mold. Although, like I mentioned, that's not the best method. But then again, if she's stuck in the mold, which was already a confirmed case, it's 100% non-survival rate, and yeah, non-survival chance. But you know, even when you help them get out, there's a very, very slim chance of survival. But even that slim chance, yeah, it does help. Not in this case though. I remember I did help one tarantula before, and that tarantula actually survived. I mean, it wasn't as bad as this situation, but I still did help that tarantula get out the mold when it was still fresh, and that tarantula actually thrived. So it does help to a certain extent. I mean, there's hope. It's not, I wouldn't say it does help, but there is maybe a 2% chance. I don't even know, man, but at least there's a small chance, right? But again, like I mentioned, please do not ever, I can't emphasize it enough, don't ever disturb a tarantula in molting. If it's in stuck molt, then I don't know, man, you just follow your instincts, I guess. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for like kind of helping this tarantula, but I mean, she was gonna pass away anyway even if I didn't help her. So help, I don't even know if it's considered helping, but regardless, she was going to die anyway if we didn't even do what we did. And some of you are probably gonna be like, why don't you just let her go naturally? Well, I mean, I don't know. It's very hard, very difficult to explain to you guys, because when you see a tarantula, I mean, or any animal that is, I mean, okay, let's talk about a dog, for example. You have a dog and he has a very high chance of passing away due to a very late stage of cancer. What are you gonna do? You're either gonna put him down, or there are people who are going to strive to get their dog back on its feet. They're gonna bring the dog to the vet, bring it for chemo and all those stuff, acupuncture, I don't know. So that was kind of my situation at the point. I didn't really think straight. I saw a tarantula stuck mold not too long ago. The mold hasn't really hardened up yet, and I was like, oh shoot, what am I gonna do? So yeah, at that point I wasn't thinking straight, but at the same time I was like, I gotta save this tarantula. At least I gotta try. So yeah guys, that is the unfortunate outcome. So bash all you want, I don't care, I know what I did. And like I mentioned, even the dumbest thing I do on this channel, I'm gonna film it, because I'm gonna be as transparent as possible with every one of you. And on this channel, it's mainly because I want to document my whole tarantula hobby journey kind of thing. So yeah, everything I document. If I have 1 tarantula death, I will document. If I have 1,000,000, I'll document. If I have any unfortunate events, that accidents or something in this room, anywhere, I'll document. So whether you like it or not, I'm a very, very transparent tarantula keeper person. And don't say that, oh, I have a lot of them. What makes you think other tarantula keepers don't have a lot of deaths as well? It's just that they don't film it, right? They don't show it to you. You have no proof that they do not have that amount of deaths. This girl, very, very unfortunate. No idea what's the cause of her being crippled and all. It's not because I was helping her out, but when she was molting itself, you guys saw that her legs were all like, yeah, I don't know, man. So I think this video is really very, very long. So I will end the video right here. Bash all you want, like I mentioned, but in the end, I'm still going to continue documenting everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, whether you like it or not. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care, stay safe, and as always, have an awesome one. Peace.